Hello, my name's Catherine Wolf,
I'm Seraphis.
and we decided to call ourselves the Oracles of Bitch.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, because we just want to bitch about anything and everything spiritual, but in a positive educational light as well. So, how did we come up with that? Can you remember? I know it was with lunch because we
Yes.
go to lunch every couple weeks.
We do. We
And
do.
I was freaking out about doing my own videos.
That's right.
And how did we come up from there?
I think it was just kind of organic. We were doing what we normally do, which is have deep and spiritual discussions with
Over
laughter. Oh,
Text
that's
message.
weird.
Yeah, text message coming in.
So it was just kind of organic, and then I've always loved oracles. I think it's an interesting theme title. And then when we were talking about how most of the spiritual videos are squeaky,
Yes, squeaky.
perky.
Well, when I did a test video with James, I realized that, I'm a bit fluffy. I'm fat. And I realized that, most of the major mainstream people who deliver the spiritual messages and so on still fit within a certain box of an image.
Yes.
And they are either that blissful, oh, namaste.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's beautiful. Be grateful for every molecule you
And
run
they talk in
into.
that half whisper.
Yes, or they're the hyperactive chihuahuas that are like, hi everyone, it's a wonderful, positive day. Be positive, 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 positive affirmation over everything.
Yeah.
But yet they all look like damn Barbie dolls.
Yeah. And then there's us.
Yeah. The populace that still lives within humanity, who has reality as an everyday occurrence. We work through our shit. We work on our shit, and we openly talk about our shit.
Right.
And yes, we are dark and twisted at times, but that's the fun part of being human, is having that. So,
Sure. And sometimes very spiritual, and sometimes funny, and sometimes weird, and sometimes all three.
Right.
Yeah.
And we find the humor in a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of humor.
Yes. So,
And chubbiness.
yes, yes. And that's what we want to be, is real to everybody else. Because I was talking to so many people about kind of what we were going to be doing, and they're like, oh, it's about time. Somebody real.
Right, because as I was saying, when we go to shows and we meet with other people in our industry, a lot of them are larger than average, a little darker, a little twisted, and so where's our representation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, we have a different view on spirituality and certain topics and teachings as well. And also, there's some, I think, contradictions. A lot of contradictions. So I just want to be able to, with you, to go through all of that. It's like what we see as a contradiction, and maybe bring clarity to those who are struggling with certain things.
Well, one thing that I think we could probably talk about initially here that I found was prevalent in my journey as I started to work on myself and develop my gifts and seek help with different healers. Everyone would tell me, you do this therapy, you work through this issue, and then the weight is just going to fall right off.
Bullshit.
You do this meditation, you drink this tea, and the weight's just going to fall right off. You heal this wound, you deal with this issue, and you will suddenly be thin. And
how's that work for you?
That has not been the reality.
No,
not the reality.
And it's what's interesting. I find it being delivered by the people who are within the box. So here we are. There's this contradiction right off the bat of, here, accept yourself, love your body, love everything within you. Doesn't matter what shape or size.
Right.
But you then have to eat this very stringent diet, do this to reach your high level of spirituality.
Right.
And when you do all that, you're going to look like that person.
Right. The assumption that full health and perfection in your own personality includes thinness, includes beauty, includes a lack of emotion,
Yeah.
right? Or at least negative emotion, a lack of fun, a lack of sex, a lack of drinking,
lack of food, lack of living.
But that's a lot of lack.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of lack.
Yeah.
And that's what I think where we were wanting to have these conversations about. That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can be a spiritual minded person. You can be elevated. You can be someone who is deeply connected to their higher self and come in a body shaped like this, come in a bigger body, have issues, have health issues, and have desires that can be fulfilled.
Very much so. Very much so.
That's because part of being a person.
Right.
Of being a human.
For me, starting off with like the food factor is, I don't know, ever for many years, oh, you need to be a vegetarian or vegan to be pure of spirit, to be best connected.
Right. Psychics don't eat meat. Bullshit.
Yeah, I like to chew on a cow.
The best thing for me after I've done a really rigorous work, after I've done like a house clearing or done something really intense psychically, the first thing that I want to do is have a rare steak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Nom nom.
Or maybe some lamb, little baby lammy.
Something that's
got that
mammal.
protein. It's got that earthy vibration that can help ground you.
Right, and also biologically, the meat protein, the amino acids, and other things can only be found in meat.
Right.
That is essential to the body.
Right.
And as the vibrations have been raising and becoming more, becoming more quick, faster, raising in the vibration, our cellular structure has a greater chance to degrade.
Right.
So it's even more important to make sure you are protein balanced that way and bump up on the proteins. And though I know many people who are basically came out of the womb being vegetarians, they just have that preference. They despise meat.
Fine.
Great. For those who do it for the base of personal choices, so on, great. But it's to obtain spiritual enlightenment. No, I seriously doubt it, because I know my body being a little denser, and I carry a lot of muscle. I need the meat.
Yeah.
I need it. And it definitely, when I go without it, I feel sick.
Well, and I think that brings up another point, that there's this idea that there is a homogenous ideal that we should all be working towards, and that's bullshit.
Isn't that religion?
Yes. And really, spirituality is not a religion.
No.
Right? So we're not looking to homogenize ourselves. We're not looking to follow, this is the dictate of what a person should be eating and drinking and sleeping with, or sleeping and behaving, because that's contradictory to the whole purpose of us being here as individuals, is to experience being individuals, and we're all different. We all need different things.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and it just comes down to the primary word of moderation. But, and you have to say, is it okay to drink alcohol? Yes. But are you using it to self-medicate for an issue you're bearing up? Then you got to look at that going, alcohol may not be the good thing because of how you're using it.
Right.
But to go out, have a few glasses of wine with dinner and friends, and just
laugh, and
laugh,
fun.
and just as a social thing, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Do I work while I'm drunk? No, you can't do it.
No.
You can't.
No.
And yes, have I done self-medicating for spiritual purpose? Yes, because sometimes after a weekend fair or working, I need to shut down.
Yeah.
And what's the fastest way to do it? Just have a beer.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it just kind of knocks it out, and just one and done. But yeah.
Well, and I think what we're really talking about here is encouraging people to get in touch with their own physical body, their own spiritual needs, and have an understanding of self-motivation, of self-determination of what is best for you. So recognizing when we eat something, how does it make us feel? When we do something, how does it make us? And it's about you as an individual body. How does it make you feel? And how becoming self-aware and in that space of of in control of your own life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I know recently I can't drink right now. I
Right.
feel gross inside. So I've had a glass of wine the other night. And I'm like, no, I think I need a longer break than just a couple weeks. I'm not ready for this yet. But I'm listening to like how it makes me feel and honoring staying in alignment with that feeling of I just want to feel good. So if it's not feeling great at that moment or even the next morning, I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
Just like if you had a severe anaphylactic shock over a certain food, are you going to continue to eat that food? No. So it's almost taking that, but going down to like a very fine detail of it, really analyze of how you feel.
How does it make you feel at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Which isn't this interesting how this is all flowing right together? So the feelings, paying attention to your feelings. Spiritual people, they don't ever get angry, do they?
Me, I am one angry bitch.
Yeah. We have tempers.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's that whole, there's that term, spiritual bypassing. Oh, we can't get angry because it's wrong. We got to hold a high vibration. So think only positive thoughts and not be angry. What you're doing is taking it and stuffing it down.
Right.
Which is going to create a whole nother level of chaos and mayhem on your body.
Because people get angry, people get frustrated, people get sad, things happen, and as a elevated person, it is important that you work through those emotions and recognize that they are there for a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not dismiss them.
Right. I read a book written by the Dalai Lama. He admits he still gets angry. He just He just tries to understand why did he get angry.
Sure.
And he even said, "Do not dismiss anger. Do not dismiss any emotion. It's okay to express. Pay attention and express. We are an expressive being.
Yes.
And that's part of being human, is learning to cope and to express, and is part of our physical experience here.
Right. It's important to be a human being.
Right.
That's what we're here to do.
Right. So if you're scared of expressing anger, you really need to take a look within yourself.
Right.
Why are you scared of the anger?
Right.
And it could be a whole different type of psychological background on that one, because I would try not to express anger. And of course let's see how that works when you try to control the rage. No, that becomes pretty bad, and then you take it out on someone, and then who looks like the a-hole.
Which is what we are supposed to try and avoid, is taking it out on somebody, is engaging somebody else in a way that is harmful or negative or stress-inducing.
Right.
Right. That's what we're trying to avoid.
Right. It's learning to take responsibility for your emotion and say, I am angry. It's the truth. You are angry. But as long as you're not attacking someone, or if you're in a relationship, you can just go to them. I am angry because what you did reminded me of this issue from my childhood, or what this person did to me in my past.
Right. Because that's going to happen.
Right.
You're going to get triggered.
Right. And so therefore you're not saying you made me angry. No one ever can make you. They just remind you.
Right, of a way that you felt in the past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just more of take responsibility. I am angry. It is truth. And there's no shame with being angry, sad, any emotion. But know where it came from. Why are you being angry? And discuss it with the person. It's very disarming to people.
Yes, it is, when you want to have a conversation with them.
I found this to be so much fun now to do, just to watch their reaction. And okay, this is the sick, twisted side of me. It's like, okay. But it's someone makes me angry. And I extract myself for a moment and I do a self-analyzation. I'm like, why am I getting pissed off?
Right.
Why?
Right.
They just said a few words and I'm sitting there wanting to do some serious physical damage over words.
Right.
Then I think about it and I'm like, oh, I know where that came from. And then I re-engaged the person. I said, you know what, I just want to let you know, I got really pissed off by the way with those words you said, because I immediately go right into why it is that way. Because it lets them know, and usually what happens, one, they're like, they actually jam up going, because most people are used to just the reaction.
Right.
Instead, they go, oh my God, every time they're like, oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
Sure.
This is what I meant, and I'll do my best not to do that again, or be a little more conscious of it. And there you get right out of a conflict.
Right. Which is really the goal, right?
Right.
Right. Less conflict.
Yep, and that's what it is about being angry. It's not so much the emotion, it's the reaction.
Right.
That you want to try to curb.
Right.
Because we want to live in this wonderful utopia society where everybody gets along, but how can we get along if we're telling everyone how angry we are and in an attack mode?
Right.
Instead of understanding each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here to do, is to be our own individual self and figure out how to interact with other people in a way that is meaningful and develops growth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So those people who say, what about positive affirmations? Because that's all part of that too. Changing that negative mindset.
Right. Well, and the thing is that a positive affirmation is a great tool to use to help shift the vibration, to help shift the feeling, so that you can gain a better understanding, but they're not a wall that prevents bad things from happening.
Right.
Right?
Right. Because it goes down into the law of attraction, and that's a whole different discussion within itself. But, it's like people are like, well, I keep saying these positive affirmations, but why is the same thing happening over and over again? Because you haven't learned your lesson, and you got some shit you need to work through.
Right. Well, that's like that story, the parable about the guy who is in the flood, and he's like, I'm going to wait for Jesus to save me.
Right.
And the boat comes by. No, I'm waiting for Jesus is going to save me. And the helicopter comes by, and he's like, no, I'm going to wait for Jesus to save me. And then he dies, and he goes to heaven, and he's like, Jesus, why didn't you save me? And he's like, I sent the boat.
Sent the helicopter.
I sent the helicopter. Because you do have to have a willingness to participate, a willingness to act and to change your behavior, and to understand why it is that you're coming up with a roadblock.
Right. And that's been probably one of the biggest ones, or and also severe avoidance of certain not just avoidance completely.
Right.
That,
which is fear, and we're not supposed to be working out of fear. Right? So if something scares you, if something makes you feel uncomfortable, that's when you're supposed to push yourself to become more engaged, or to try and figure out, well, what is it about this that has me feeling this way?
Yeah, just doing this video, totally way out of my comfort zone. And I will be doing some solo ones on the work I do, which I'm sitting here just trying to ignore right now so I don't have a nervous breakdown on camera. But it really is, these are the deep core issues I need to address, and it's the situation, bringing it to my attention of these issues I have yet to resolve. So it's like, okay, I'm going to put myself in the out of my comfort zone, and hope for the best, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yay!
So we are the oracles of bitch.
Yeah. We just want to make sense of everything that's out there from our point of view of living in the real world. So we're going to be posting when we can, whenever we feel there's a topic or so on. And also, please leave us feedback of anything, any questions, any type of concern you have, or clarity, anything. The more information we can give you, the better everyone deals with. And we just want to keep it real. Like we said, foul language is a go. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just another way of expression. There is no topic off limits, really.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So thank you very much, everyone. Hope you got something out of it. We'll see you next time. Bye.